Hey guys. So the past couple of days we've been working on adding integers and subtracting integers using a number line, and today we're going to look at the connections between the two. You may have noticed over the past couple of days that adding a negative is the same as subtracting a positive. Both of these things result in the numbers decreasing. The original number decreases. For example, 1 plus negative 6 is the same as 1 minus 6, because in both of these, we would start at 1 and move to the left 6. So plus negative 6 and minus 6 both mean move to the left or decrease 6. And that would take us to negative 5 as the answer there. You also might have noticed that adding a positive is the same as subtracting a negative. So negative 5 plus 3 is the same as negative 5 minus negative 3. That's kind of like that mind-blowing one. It's crazy that this just really means plus 3. So no matter which one we're looking at, we'd start at negative 5. And both of these things mean that the numbers are increasing. So we'll move to the right 3. And end up at negative 2. So really, we don't need subtraction, and from now on, we're going to turn any subtraction problem that we have into its equivalent addition problem. Okay? So instead of subtracting 6, let's consider it as plus negative 6. Instead of subtracting negative 3, that's plus 3. And really, we're adding the opposite of whatever was being subtracted. We're adding the opposite of negative 3 and the opposite of positive 6. So with that fact, we're going to do two things. We're going to take each subtraction problem and turn it into addition, and then we're going to solve using the number line. So here we have negative 4 minus 2. We could also write that as negative 4 plus negative 2. Instead of subtracting 2, it also can be written as plus negative 2. Typically, we like to put these in parentheses just to separate the plus sign from the negative sign. So that's how I'll write it there. And using the number line, we start at negative 4, and we're adding negative 2 or subtracting 2, both requiring us to move to the left, taking us to negative 6. So negative 6 is our answer there. Moving on to this example, 3 minus negative 5 really just means 3 plus positive 5, which is really simple, 3 plus 5. Hopefully you don't even need the number line for this. Start at 3 though, and go over 5, taking us to 8. What I like to do anytime I see these double negatives, I like to just make them a plus sign right away so that I don't get confused. If you want to do that, I'd recommend it as well. Let's go down here. 1 minus 7 is the same as 1 plus negative 7. So in either one of these, we would start at 1 and move to the left 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, taking us to negative 6. That's just a coincidence there. And lastly, this one has kind of a lot going on. 6 minus negative 1 minus 2. So we'll just take it one at a time. 6 is our first number. That's going to stay our first number. Minus negative 1 is going to turn into plus positive 1. And minus 2 is going to turn into plus negative 2. So, starting at 6, we'll start by doing plus 1. That takes us to 7. And then plus negative 2, which is going to take us back 2, leaving us at 5. So 5 is our answer there. So in general, we just learned the connection between adding and subtracting. Really, we don't need subtraction anymore because we can just take any subtraction problem and turn it into an equivalent addition problem by adding the opposite.